Do you want to be happier in Christ every day? This devotional will help you achieve this as it invites you to begin your journey in the presence of Christ at the side of the Prince of Peace, learning from the Master the keys to life. Find Happiness in Christ by Sally Guardado. Good morning, dear friends. Today, August 25th, our devotional is entitled Test the Spirits, Part 1. Dear friends, do not believe everyone who claims to speak by the Spirit. You must test them to see if the Spirit they have comes from God, for there are many false prophets in this world. 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1. The year was 1853, and the ministry of the young Ellen G. White, then only 26 years old, held great import and influence over the evangelistic work of the fledgling Adventist movement. At that time, there arose a woman who professed extraordinary holiness and who had made great efforts to be recognized by the brethren in Michigan. Many were beginning to believe in her. Others, however, had no confidence in her preaching. God sent light to his servant, and the case was revealed. On June 11th, after James had finished preaching, Ellen White stood up in front and said, "That woman who just sat at the door says that God has called her to preach. She travels with this young man who sat at the front, while this elderly man, her husband, works hard to provide the means for them to continue their iniquity. God has shown me that they are violating the seventh commandment." Everyone gathered that morning knew that Sister Ellen had never seen these people, and no one had told her about them. But God had given her the message to protect his people. The woman sat for a moment, then slowly rose to her feet and said with a self-righteous face, "God knows my heart." By May 28th, the Lord had already shown that this would be the woman's response. During his earthly ministry, Jesus himself warned of the enemy's efforts to confuse the pure truths of the gospel. Test the spirits, the apostle John would later advise, and there has been no more crucial time than now to take that advice seriously. We can't afford to believe every word that claims to be sent by God without putting it to the test. Many believed in the preaching of that woman who, from a pulpit, claimed to be a messenger of God. But when no one was watching, she committed adultery with the young man who accompanied her. Let us be prudent and not act like naive children. To do this, we need to depend solely on divine grace. The good news is that God will not deceive those who are sincere in heart. P.S. I'm happy to not be deceived. Dear friends, do not believe everyone who claims to speak by the Spirit. You must test them to see if the Spirit they have comes from God, for there are many false prophets in the world. 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1.